So, I was just thinking, now with these Marvel movies, what I've been noticing in the last few films is that they're changing because of DC. And what I mean by that, and it's probably due some of the success to the DCEU, and you may say, oh, nonsense and everything else, but I'm not saying that they did or they didn't, it's just what I've noticed. So take Man of Steel came out. And when Man of Steel came out, there was some sort of uproar over how many casualties and all the innocent lives that may have been, done and stuff like that. Even though Superman did save people he can while fighting for his life. But Marvel's next step was the Age of Ultron. And I just felt watching that film that it was going over the top, trying to say, and repetitive talking about, civilians and saving their lives and stuff. So it's like they took note what happened with Man of Steel and changed it and whatnot. And then you've got BVS. And BVS came out and there was the great story of how these two heroes would be at odds and ends, and how they could get to, could be manipulated into thinking that one's act is for the greater good and stuff like that, and the other one's a villain, and they force them to fight. And then Marvel straight away came out and said that Civil War wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for BVS giving them that sort of idea of where they can take the heroes. So then we come to Justice League, and there was Steppenwolf. Now, I thought personally Steppenwolf was fine, but some people believed that the CGI wasn't too hot and stuff, or the villain's face wasn't at all human or something, and you couldn't really, mind you, I watched it and I saw close-ups and I thought, no, that's fine. And now you think of Marvel, and when you first seen Thanos and the little bit in Avengers, he actually looked like the comic book character as he turned that way in the face, and I remember it was a darker blue or something like that, but it was more like the comic book character. And then after Steppenwolf comes out, out comes this pink Thanos with the face more or less resembling Josh Brolin or something like that, or whatever the actor's name is, and it became more pink and more like a baldy Bruce Willis, because they wanted to make it look more human, and I believe that's what they got from some of the remarks made from Justice League. Of course, you've got all the other stuff about, the Battlefield 7 episode 1. But I feel definitely when you watch the Marvel films and you compare it to when the DC films come out, is they are taking note and they're changing it. And they're trying to twerk things up. So even though DC films stand alone and being unique and different of its approach and its deliverance, and Marvel somehow you believe to have that flavour. Me, they were still taking bits from DC movies and trying not to do something for themselves and bring something new to the market instead of worrying what the backlash may be. But we can all live and learn. But that's my idea. Let us know what you think about that. It's just amazing coincidence. Right, thank you.